Hello, I'm John Begnaud, here to talk a little bit today about fertilizer. And when we're strapped for water or challenged for not as much water as we'd like to have in landscapes, we have to really evaluate the use of fertilizers. Because we use fertilizers, we don't really feed plants. Plants make their own food, but we provide additional nutrients that are found in the soil, and there's roughly 16 essential nutrients for plant growth. Now, there's all kinds of fertilizers. We know that in the spring and early summer, and when we're trying to get plants that have been stressed to recover from drought, fertilizers are key ingredients. The thing we have to remember, no fertilizer if you have no water, okay? If you're not able to follow up several weeks after the application of fertilizer with all the water that you really need, then you're actually going to cause damage to plants. You're generating very tender young shoots, young roots, and if you don't have the water, then they're just not going to function properly. All kinds of fertilizer out there. This happens to be an all-purpose fertilizer, but it's a 4-4-4. Well, this doesn't look like normal fertilizer. A lot of people are seeing many of the organic fertilizers that look like this. We're used to white pellets or pills that we use, and those are still fine. There's not one better than the other simply because it says organic or not. This one happens to say 4-4-4 on the back. 4% nitrogen, 4% phosphorus, 4% potassium. So in this sack, there are only 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 4 is 12% nutrients, which makes what? The other 88% filler, okay? That's not a very strong fertilizer, a very mild fertilizer. When you're challenged for not enough water, you don't want to put really high doses of high nitrogen fertilizer. You'd like them to be moderate. A good one for most of us in this area is 21-0-0, 24-4. The first number being nitrogen is what is responsible for growth of leaves especially. If you have good leaves, they capture sunlight, produce their own food, and the plants become healthier. So if you have drought-stressed trees or drought-stressed shrubs or grass that you've got water now but you're not sure you're going to have water later in the summer, fertilizing now with a high nitrogen fertilizer is very good. Now, this grass here hasn't really been taken care of. You can see weeds in it. You can tell that we'd like to get it a little tougher than it is. So we're going to put nitrogen fertilizer, probably not 4-4-4, but 21-0-0. Put it down at the rate of about 10 pounds per thousand. We're going to water it. We're going to water it in really good because many of these fertilizers are high in salts. And if you don't water them immediately after you fertilize, you can cause injury to not only the roots but the leaf tissues. The question always is, how often do I? If you're going to be really challenged for water, one time a year may be all that we need to. In the spring and early summer, put down a high nitrogen fertilizer and water it, getting it very, very tough, and then back off until water becomes more available, or we may not even fertilize again until we winterize along in October and November. So we do fertilize trees, we do fertilize shrubs, we fertilize turf grass now, all trying to get them to grow as fast as we can and be as tough as they can be going into the heat of summer. And once it becomes very hot, we're done fertilizing almost everything except our container plants that we might have out on our patio. This is John Begnaud. We hope this helps you.